Go ahead, sir. Oh, Rep. O'Brien has
I
a,
just want to, because so many teachers are at top step in my community, 82%, North Providence. Providence is in the high 70s. Pawtucket is also in the high 70s. Almost every community is in the high 70s. For every 100 teachers that retires, that's a $7 million savings to the local community. You go from $100,000 to so it's 100,000. So they retire. It's about $7 million in savings. Thank you.
thank you, Representative O'Brien. You can go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Chairman and members of the committee. My name is Ryan Kanaczet. I have been a teacher in Narragansett in the school system for 28 years now. Ironically, I started in 1998 as well. I'm one of those TB1NEs, if you want to call it. Not an AB and a B, a B1A, or a B3, but there are categories that definitely we all fall in. I'm here to support of House Bill 7160, the Rule of 85, and House Bill 7390, the Rule of 90. I also support broader pension reform efforts for both current and retired public employees. This is my fourth time testifying at the State House, whether it's the Senate or part of the written testimony for the 2024 Pension Advisory Group. Many of my colleagues and I are frustrated, not because this issue hasn't been studied, but because it has. The recommendations already exist. What we need now is action. We have a pension advisory work group, and we also have the GRS report, which I did email all of you today as well with links. So I'd like to continue. The 2024 Pension Advisory Group report, particularly pages 11 through 15, and the options on page 17 through 20 clearly identifies key areas for reform. These include implementing a Rule of 85 and Rule of 90, adjusting accrual rates, like you just heard, and addressing inequities for those vested in 2012, those TB1NEs that basically are losing 14 years, in my case, of interest growth on the tail end of the hybrid. The report again highlights the Rule of 90 on page 22. In addition, the GRS working group reinforces the same ideas. Slides 42 through 54 outlining options for improving accrual rates. Slides 57 reference the rule of 85 and Rule of 90. 53 and 54 slides point to the potential legislation solutions similar to the 2015 settlement, where teachers at that point stopped contributing to the TIA CREFT and were allowed to put their money back into the defined benefit. The research is consistent, and it's very clear. I call this the 3 R's: recruit, retain, and retire. And ironically, these three words actually work for state police anywhere in Rhode Island. In regards to recruiting, Rhode Island is not competitive with Massachusetts and Connecticut. In those states, teachers can retire after 30 years with pensions around 60%. My college roommate from Providence College will be retiring in Massachusetts sooner than I with a higher percentage. In Rhode Island, many are facing closer to 39 years of service for significantly less. I think mine, at the end of my career at age 62, will be around 42%. I have served on multiple hiring committees where we have struggled to find qualified candidates. Even after several rounds, some positions remain unfilled. This is happening across the state. If we do not improve our system, the staffing crisis will only worsen. Retain. We are losing both early career and veteran teachers to neighboring states. Teachers are leaving in the first 10 years to go to, I have 2 different sets of friends that have left and gone to Connecticut. And also I've heard of a friend of the family that's leaving in their last 10 years to go to Massachusetts, work for 10 years, and earn 2%. That's 20% that they're going to actually, when they reach that Rhode Island date, will be able to add to their collect in Mass and Rhode Island for a pension greater than what I will be receiving. And then finally, retire. When I began teaching in 1998, the pension system was about 80% funded. The 2011 reform, while intended to stabilize the system, significantly changed retirement eligibility and benefit structures for many employees already in the system. In my case, I lost approximately 10 years of accrual growth compared to those hired after 2012. Today, I'm on track to retire at age 62 with 39 years of service, slightly emphasizing an essential rule of 101. That's my rule. My rule of 90 would be age 57. Like many educators, I'm concerned that even after nearly 4 decades of service, I may not be able to afford retirement. Increasingly, teachers are leaving early, deferring pensions, and starting second careers. This is not a sustainable system. The district payroll and staffing impact. Current pension structures also place a growing financial strain on school districts. Because retirement eligibility is delayed under the post-2011 system, districts are retaining a higher proportion of veteran top-step teachers for longer periods of time. This results in high average payroll costs across districts, reduced staffing flexibility due to fewer entry and mid-level salary placements, budget pressures as salary obligations remain concentrated on top of the scale, slower natural turnover, limiting higher pipelines for new educators. The structure unintentionally locks districts into higher long-term personal costs while reducing opportunities to rebalance staffing. In many cases, districts are unable to plan for predictable turnover. These bills move us in the right direction. However, I strongly encourage you to focus on emphasis of years of service rather than imposing a minimum age, particularly with the Rule of 90 framework. I do believe that it has an and 60 on there. I would recommend an amendment to that to just leave it a true Rule of 90, which is very similar to the Rule of 85. In closing, the data reports and recommendations have already been provided to the body. The Pension Advisory Group and the work group have done the work. At this point, inaction is no longer a lack of information. It is a choice. If Rhode Island is serious about recruiting, retaining, and retiring educators and public employees, then this is the moment to prove it with action, not another report. I respectfully urge your support of House Bill 7160 and 7390. I'm not just here as an advocate, I'm here to help. I would welcome the opportunity to sit down with you and be part of crafting real pension reform solutions now and in the future. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time, too, tonight.